Hey, what's up guys? It's Gathalion and welcome back to Destiny. This week Bungie dropped a little bit of information on the upcoming challenge modes for the normal and hard raid, and it was a little bit different than what I expected and a bit of what I did expect. So basically the way that challenge mode will work is every week there will be one challenge for the raid that can be done on either normal or hard mode. It'll act sort of like how the Nightfall has a modifier. I fully expect the challenge modes to be different from just simple skull modifiers for the raid. I think it'll probably be specific ways to kill bosses, because that's how Bungie puts it. They actually said that for challenge mode, for those of us who use the one orb strat on Golgoroth, will no longer be able to achieve this. This sort of points that maybe Golgoroth will require you to maybe lose the gaze, not lose the gaze at all, so you might have to one cycle him, or maybe you can only lose the gaze once upon completion of all 6 orbs. Most single orb strat teams do it in 3 rotations, if not 4, so losing the gaze multiple times could doom your team. I'm going to guess that it's going to be along those lines. I don't think it's something that's going to overall change the fight going in, as they are just requirements to beat a certain challenge going into the raid. I'm also curious if each fight will have more than one challenge. I'm going to guess that the first week will be the War Priest, followed by Golgoroth, followed by Oryx. This is also where we're going to find the last 3 calcified fragments. Which my guess would lead to us getting a 320 artifact from Eris. Kind of makes the most sense considering that she has been tied to the majority of our artifacts, especially the really high caliber artifacts that you could get in the game. So what else needs to come from challenge mode for it to be really interesting for me? Personally, I think the ways that the bosses need to be defeated need to be pretty damn interesting. I really want it to add something special to the fight. I love the raid as is. I think it's fun, but I do think that the loot within the raid has been pretty bubkiss. You've heard me rant about it in my smart loot is not smart video. You should go check that out. You'll hear all my thoughts on the current situation of loot inside the hard raid and raids past like week 2 or so. But basically I feel that that the raid loot is kind of dumb and should look at what you've gotten already on a certain item and guarantee you at least something higher. I think that challenge mode probably should offer guaranteed max light gear for your week. If you go in and it's the War Priest challenge and you beat the War Priest, he should be guaranteed to give you the max light for either normal or hard mode raid if you do complete the challenge for that week. I'm also really curious if in challenge mode, if you could complete the challenge outside of your first clear, like say if you go through your first clear, are you still going to be able to go back and maybe try it on another clear, or does it have to be on the clear in which you get loot? Also, moving forward, if you do complete a challenge, I feel that you should be guaranteed a drop. I don't want more RNG with my RNG. I want a little bit more guarantee in my rewards for the time spent there in the raid. You know, hard raid can be pretty difficult as is for intermediate and beginner teams, and they shouldn't punish you by giving you bubkiss for your efforts with your group. So as far as loot goes, I think it needs to be guaranteed at least one drop if you do complete a challenge. I think that you should be able to go back and try the challenge again and get loot upon completion of the challenge, only once per character per week. I hope it's not locked to your first kill of a boss. That would fucking suck, man. What else? And I think it should be guaranteed max light. Absolutely should be guaranteed max light inside of challenge mode. So what are you guys hoping for? What kind of mechanics are you expecting to see? Are you going to come back? If Bungie says that you get guaranteed max light item per challenge kill per week, because there's only going to be one challenge per week, would that bring you guys back? Would that be enough to get some interest flowing for you? Would you want to come back and do some more hard raid? If you've been avoiding it because of the state of the dumb loot, as I call it, or are you sort of just in the boat of waiting for the next content cycle to hit already? Because I know there's a lot of people who are like, well, I'm pretty much not very interested in challenge mode. I just want to see what's next for Destiny. Let me know in the comments section below, guys. I'm certainly excited about it, but even more than that, I'm excited for the PlayStation experience that I believe is after next weekend. I think it's is it the 5th and 6th, I believe? Yeah, that is next weekend. I think it is PlayStation experience where I expect Bungie to hopefully drop some knowledge bombs on us about what is next for Destiny and what to expect. I have a feeling that they might be under some sort of contract with Sony to do the next reveal specifically at their event, as Sony does like their event. I don't know. I think that's what's going to go down. I could be wrong. As always, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see y'all back inside of Destiny.